Canada's House of Commons has passed the Combating Hate Act, also known as Bill C-9. It also targets intimidation and obstruction at places of worship and schools. The bill now moves to the Senate for final approval before becoming law.
This is a direct result of feminism and tolerance and Marxism. It's all the same religious dogmatic worldview of who is marginalized. Great, let's side with them because they are useful at the moment to do away with those who are in power. Let's get to Canada banning people. I hate it because there was clickbait saying Canada banned the Bible. No, that's not necessarily true, but it kind of is. Their House of Commons just passed Bill C-9, which means it still has to go through another part of the process. Seems like it'll pass, which basically removes the religious exemption for hate speech. So it used to be hate speech, but it was like, yeah, but if you're actually reading a passage from the Bible, you can't be jailed. Well, that's changed now.
Canada's House of Commons has passed the Combating Hate Act, also known as Bill C-9.
All right, I'm going to take another stab at this because I forgot that it's been a while, the no Canada stinger. It's okay, Josh, come on.
Go ahead, run.
Come on.
Padres, it's like you're stealing first. Come on, call me out for it.
You can't hear the sound effect.
Yeah, but you can't steal first either.
No, it wasn't unflattering. It wasn't a fart sound. It was a cartoon running sound.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can kind of steal first.
He doesn't have his headphones on yet, Billy.
You can't steal.
You can kind of steal first.
When you ran in, this is what they heard.
Fine, or past third.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's the Flintstones.
It's not as fun as Doge Walker RoboCop.
Oh,
no, RoboCop was so fun. You can kind of steal first.
Before we go? Not right now, but later.
You know what? Yes. You know what? No. Yeah, let's watch it right now.
Oh, okay.
Doge Walker RoboCop.
I was going to play it regardless.
The legs do work.
No, it's the machine doing that.
It's the machine.
It's like, oh, why were you laughing so much at work today, Dad? There was a guy getting blown away with gratuitous violence.
But it was funny
awesome.
because it was a fat lady with $10,000 of tattoos.
Point of privilege.
Yes.
Oh, stop it.
You can kind of steal first. It's not really stealing first, but if you strike out and the ball touches the ground or the catcher drops the ball, you may run to first. And if you beat the throw to first, you are safe.
I said that 3
strikeout.
times.
It's on base with a strikeout. I don't know exactly how you say it. I'll have to ask a friend.
So 2 things. 1, it's not stealing.
Thank you.
2, I literally said that right after. I was like, yeah, I know if they drop the ball after it gets passed on.
Nobody heard that.
Yeah, nobody heard it.
We were listening to.
Yes, exactly right. Priorities.
Yes, we talked about this today.
Did.
You gotta have priorities.
So, we need to go through the paperwork of me renouncing my Canadian citizenship because I've done it, but I guess it's informal.
Yeah.
We can do that now because I'm not going to Europe.
You should just burn the passport.
I don't have a passport.
Oh, that's right.
I haven't had a Canadian passport in
Can we make one
a very
for you?
long time. There's got to be a way to do it.
Yeah.
But I know what you're thinking. Hey, if nothing else, the United States intolerant, Canada overly tolerant, right? With what else would you say about a nation whose prime minister unironically used the term two-spirited, which was basically created like 5 years ago?
I mean, the ship's tipping, right? Tolerable to who?
Well, that's exactly right. Because
tolerable.
They are not tolerant of foundational tenets of Christianity. That brings us to this week's No Canada. And in case you think that leftism is dead, remember, Jordan Peterson came to prominence. We covered him before he was well known in the United States because of Bill C-16, which was effectively compelled speech, right, using pronouns. Well, Canada has now gone a step further with Bill C-9, and that has passed the House of Commons in Canada. It's going to go to the Canadian Senate, which basically says, hate speech also includes the written words in the Bible now.
Canada's House of Commons has passed the Combating Hate Act, also known as Bill C-9, cracking down on the public display of symbols linked to designated terrorist groups. The legislation,
so much going on.
Cleared
it's like the side of a
reading on
NASCAR.
March 25th by a vote of 186
it's like a billboard
to
in Times Square.
137. Makes it a criminal offense to willfully promote hatred by openly displaying flags or emblems associated with banned outfits. It also targets intimidation and obstruction at places of worship and schools. The bill now moves to the Senate for final approval before becoming law.
Yeah.
That's the screen you have when your anchor is super ugly. Yes. But the only one that can do the job.
It needs more tickers.
Just distract everybody. Hurry. Fill it up.
I can almost see her third chin. So it also removes the exemption from hate speech laws in Canada that reads, if in good faith the person expressed or attempted to establish by an argument an opinion on a religious subject or an opinion based on a belief in a religious text. Meaning, used to be, yeah, well, obviously it's not hate speech if someone is reading from the Bible or, God forbid, the Quran, but I'm sure they'll have a carve-out there. So
don't mention that.
Yeah, no, it's inconvenient. The Justice Minister, Sean Fraser, said, so it's okay, that removing the religious exemption, it actually doesn't violate the freedom of religion.
The amendment that the Bloc is proposing will, in my view, in no way, shape, or form, prevent a religious leader from reading their religious texts. It will not criminalize faith, and to suggest otherwise, in my view, is a perversion of the values that the major religions in this country and around the world stand for. As somebody who grew up in the Catholic Church and read scripture on Sundays my whole life, I can tell you that I don't remember any messages about religion telling you to hate thy neighbor. We are dealing with charges that touch on the willful promotion of hate. That is not a value that the world's major religions stand for, nor would I accept such a change.
Right. He hasn't...
Define it.
He's not familiar with any religious texts.
That tell you to hate your neighbor.
Right. Yeah. Well, neither am I. I am familiar with texts that say sex outside of a holy covenant, the union of marriage, is wrong. Also, quite a few about specifically sodomy.
Yeah.
Somewhere abomination occurs. And I know you're going to say, going back to the Old Testament. There's plenty in the New Testament as well.
Yep.
Oh, you just hurt me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it hurts right here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what organ is that?
Well, the good news is I think that's your...
It's gone. It's gone. They
It's
took
your
it.
mangina. It's okay.
It's okay. A lot of those in Canada. They're quite sandy.
Somebody sodomized it out of me.
Yes. The Canadian government is going to decide theology. Let's be clear. They're going to decide what is acceptable. It says religions across the world. Okay, do any Islamic country, the place from which you openly accept refugees, the people who've been responsible for an assload of honor killings in your country? Well, what they really mean is Christianity. Well, here's the thing. Some people might say, well, yeah, of course the government has the right to interpret holy texts. All right, do we have any indicators as to how that might go in Canada? Glad you asked. 2008, the pastor Stephen Boisson was fined and silenced for speaking out specifically against gay marriage, to be clear. Ugh. You remember 2021? The pastor, Artur Pawlowski, there are a few other pastors, but he was the notable one, was arrested for holding mass during COVID. All right? Jeez. For those of you who've forgotten, this was the footage of him being arrested.
Artur Pawlowski and Dawid Pawlowski have both been arrested and charged with organizing an illegal in-person gathering, including requesting, inciting, or inviting others to attend an illegal public gathering, promoting and attending an illegal public gathering. Police say they served the Pawlowskis a new court order prior to last Saturday's church service, but the brothers were detained because they chose to ignore the requirements.
Jeez. There's your government for you. Can I get some clarification on this? Mm-hmm. So there's a protection that was currently in place.
Yeah, they already had hate speech laws, and there's a protection that said, even though they've already kind of violated it, this will just give them free rein to violate it.
So there's a protection. So is the claim of the guy who of course this gets in no way does that, is his claim is like you can still read the actual text, but you can't then have an opinion about what the text says? Meaning like I can read in Romans, because Ocho said that Corinthians was only for them. Let's just go with Romans. It's a bigger people group, I guess. That is a sexual sin, like homosexuality is a sin. I can read that, but then I can't then say to my congregation that homosexuality is a sin. Where's the line? Like I don't understand how they're parsing this.
They'll help you understand it.
Yeah,
behind bars.
All of it now.
Yeah, the same government that
they'll
re-educate you.
Screwed.
Yeah. The same government that debanked truckers for protesting said government, and the same government that was assistive in comedians being put before human rights tribunals for jokes. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong here?
That's crazy.
And this is why this whole libertarian live and let live. Like, I think people are now waking up to the fact that doesn't work when you have people out there who have coalesced to actively destroy your way of life and what you believe.
And they will promote libertarianism. And they will promote it to the day they die because they can use it to subvert you.
Right.
They will absolutely be the ones echoing, remember Sneeko? Promoting, hey, don't we have more in common than those Jews and evangelicals, though?
Yeah.
That's crazy. They can control what a pastor or a preacher says.
Yep. And you know what? Well,
when are they going to start?
They absolutely will. If it passes,
do they start taking some of the? Do they tax churches in Canada? Surely they do.
I don't think. You know what? That's a good question. I think they probably pick and choose, but generally speaking, they should be tax exempt in Canada. I'm not familiar with the law. I mean, so many laws have changed since I've moved away as well. I mean, we weren't allowed any type of privatized healthcare when I was in Quebec, and then there was a Supreme Court case that said, sorry, a lot of people died. We were wrong about that. You can have hospitals now. So they never get it right. And it's this is why nice counts for nothing. I mean, think about this. Think about the worst evil on our continent comes from the place where the stereotype is nice. Canadians, nice. Is it 5%? Of their deaths are euthanasia? Hey, you know what state is known? Minnesota, nice. They'll hide your kids from you if you don't transition them.
Right. They'll pop you with a paintball in the face if you don't get inside your house.
But they're nice. This is why we need to make sure that our children, nice comes in way down the list, especially for young women looking for men. You want a man who is willing to die for something. Of course, that'll include you. If he forms a union with you, you need a man who stands for something. And guess what? Someone who's not just nice might be a little bit more difficult, but you know what? Canada could use some more difficult men. Some difficult men so that a pastor doesn't have to be arrested by himself. Nice! He's nice. It's nice. The Bible's not nice. Two-spirited is nice. Somalians are nice. You want to fix it? Hey, the regulations that I said we put into place. Now, I know it's a roundabout way where many women wouldn't vote, but it's basically 1 vote per household, and you have to be a net tax contributor. Okay? You have to be working, you have to be contributing taxes, you get 1 vote per household. If you don't have a bunch of single, perpetually feminist women voting, none of this happens anywhere. Do you realize that? Not just here, same thing in Europe. It doesn't get this far. Because all of this is based on nice. Nice. And I was just looking up these stats last night because I saw these angry feminists talking about, like, all these, femcons who claim to be conservative. They go, the fact is women get out and vote more than men. That's true. That is true. They're also significantly less politically educated than men. And there is a huge wealth of data on this across many, many decades. It's usually a 10-point spread. Take any income level, any education level, right? Control for those differences. It's like a 10, sometimes 15, 20-point spread. So women vote more, but they vote on nice. They vote on nice. And men vote on functional. Not all. But there's a reason that the biggest divide in voting patterns is the gender divide in this country. This is a direct result of feminism and tolerance and Marxism. It's all the same religious dogmatic worldview of who is marginalized. Great, let's side with them because they are useful at the moment to do away with those who are in power, because success equals not nice. We've got to change.
Yeah.
We've got to reverse course. Canada is the byproduct of voting nice. Minnesota is the byproduct of voting nice. Keir Starmer is the byproduct of voting nice. Great. There you go. There are your results.
5.1% of all people who died in Canada in 2024 used the maid service.
Yeah, I was going by road, and they cold call people.
It's crazy good going by road. I thought you had to
Hey,
be
Gerald,
wrong.
you still got that crick in your neck? We got one hell of a discount going.
I got to meet my monthly quotas. Can you imagine? Like a guy over there. Whoa, hey guys, I just got it. Boom, to the boom.
These are the new assisted suicide leads.
Yes,
and you don't get them.
Oh, that's a sketch.
I got a whole family.
You could totally do that.
ABK, always be killing. Always be killing.
When Canada heard about that miracle AIDS drug, they were like, shit!
Yeah.
But I got so many AIDS patients signed up.
And you know what? Here's the thing too, is when you don't judge, when you don't correct, do you guys know this, that HIV has been reduced drastically? All other STDs in the gay community are up big time. Did you know that? Because it doesn't protect against all of them.
That's fun.
So people are just like, yeah, the sodomy with strangers, like, you can take a pill to prevent that. It's like, great. So I can now sodomize strangers, consequence free. We should have read the fine print. There are other things that can make their way into your body.
Through your wiener.
Your pee hole.
What happened to
Bad
monkeypox?
Yeah, that was one of those things. That was going to be the next big pandemic until the case study. People were like, wait a second. Not all it's almost like this is bizarre that it's two gay men and their golden retriever also had it and developed a latex allergy. Maybe there's
The golden retriever was the super spreader.
Yeah.
He gets around.
And by the way, let's just be, people go, thin is thin. Okay. The further you get off the beam from the ideal, the more severe the consequences. Okay. Heterosexuals who are promiscuous, the more partners you add to it, the greater the risk of STDs. It's amplified, in some cases exponentially, in the same-sex community, namely men, not the same with women. That's just the further you get away from the idea of a covenant and a union, the more people you add, the worse the outcome. And this is so far beyond the beam, not only because you're not within the appropriate gender or sex, which were interchangeable until really 1990-something, but because there's also a far more promiscuous culture with far more sexual partners. Here's the ideal. Further away you get, the worse the outcomes. That in Canada would be hate speech.
Yeah.
Just take the pill. Don't mind the gonorrhea or the syphilis.
Yeah.
Chlamydia. I don't know which one's popular with the gays.
I don't know. Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
So I've done that.
YouTube's is something you're not allowed to say according to the guidelines. I was quoting the guidelines. I'm glad you're still here. It means you watched this video all the way through. Oh. It says here that Rumble, where you can go follow my channel, lets you say pretty much anything, provided it's not illegal. That reminds me of, what does it remind me of? Oh, yeah. YouTube, pre-2015. Go on and follow me there. I'm live, 11 a.m. Eastern, weekdays. Don't call YouTube a Oh, it's just a different way of saying it's